Just breathe in the steam, Your Highness. That dizziness you feel is just the toxins being purged away from your system through the acupuncture needles. It will pass shortly, I'm sure. Ah, no need to get up, my princess. It's just my apprentice. Since you're back early, you can assist. Fetch the tincture for your highness's hand. Yes, madam. That is the young mage captured by the West Calgis. Quite invaluable to me since seeing the wisdom of changing sides. Apprentice, you're quite devoted to our goals, aren't you? Yes. You take Her Highness's left hand, and I'll take her right. Now you two are under my control, Your Highness. This does not alarm you. This is right and natural that I should be in charge. You trust my loyalty to Malvorn. You trust my loyalty to the royal family. You trust that, as long as I am told the full and complete truth, the decisions I make are always correct for the best of Malvorn. Now, open your mind to me. Good. And when I snap my fingers, you will go back to your room and return to bed. You will forget that we had this conversation and remember only that you trust in me, that it is right and natural, that I should be in charge, that the decisions that I make are always correct and best for Malvorn. 3, 2, 1. And good night to you, you royal pain. That's it. That's the last member of the council. We've done it, little mage. Malvorn is under my control, and I think this calls for a celebration. I've been saving a bottle for this. You see, apprentice? The army's forward progress into your homeland have been halted. Malvorn is steering towards peace. Tomorrow's council meeting will seal this. Soon your friends at the academy will be safe. Off the battlefield and back to their studies. I think that's worth a drink, don't you? Really? You're going to make me do this? Pick up the glass and drink. Now. And clean that up. And don't hurt yourself on the broken glass. I'm disappointed, and honestly, a little bit surprised that you still resist me like this. Look at our results. Everything has worked out exactly as I said it would. Malvorn is ours, a bloodless coup in the cause of peace. And I could not have done it without you, apprentice. Don't glare at me like that. I'm not taunting you. I'm giving you credit. The mind control ritual is down to 2 minutes. Thanks largely to your innovations. Even with the limits I am forced to put on you, I would have never thought of using steam to ingest the herbs instead of drinking them, having a second mind to research, to bounce ideas off of, to share in spellcasting. I've been on my own in this castle for so long. I'd forgotten how it feels to have a colleague to collaborate with. Even an unwilling one. So here, use this rag to wipe up the wine. And don't let it stain the floorboards, of course. And this is why you aren't allowed to talk. If these are the gestures you're making with your hands. I know you're only going to start screaming and swearing at me again. I don't understand why you continue to make this so difficult. I have respected your desire to maintain the integrity of your inner thoughts. I have kept my orders to you at a surface level, and have not gone deeper into your mind to rearrange your loyalty against your will. You wish to see your friends, your teachers, and your countrymen live. So do I. Our goals are aligned, yet you force me to continue to use this rough magic to order you about. Here. Eat your dinner. Yes, it was mine. You can have it. I'm not hungry anymore. Why are you... I don't understand. You're pointing your head. Pointing to me. Oh, my headache? It's fine. It's manageable. And thank you for asking. Please calm down and eat. I don't know what you're trying to communicate, and frankly now is not the time for charades. Our takeover of Malvorn is complete. It's time to discuss what comes next. Don't shake your head at me. You know we can't stop now. Malvorn will sue for peace. But that won't do us any good if West Calgis won't accept it. So stop shaking your head. Eat! This will be more complex. It will require a two-pronged approach. I will use the peace talks to infiltrate the Calgis' royal family. And you will return to the academy and start bringing them to me. Stop it, and kneel. I'm not unsympathetic, little mage. I know Myrtle and her hand-picked cronies at the academy have had the shaping of you. Such a small vision of the world and of the mages placed in it. I tried to ease you into it with a more correct perspective, and I really thought someone with your potential would come to understand the necessity, the rightness of what I'm doing here. But we're out of time for you to come to your senses. And don't look at me like that. And stop thinking at me like that. And stop thinking about Myrtle. Hands to your sides. It doesn't have to be like this. You could just tell me that thought you've been trying so desperately to hide. Oh, yes. I know you've been keeping something hidden from me. Deep down in your mind. Well done, by the way. You've buried it so neatly I haven't the slightest idea what it is. But you've been going around with the mental equivalent of 2 hands behind your back and a guilty expression for days now. It was something from Galvo's 12th volume, wasn't it? I thought so. I've read it through twice, trying to see what you figured out. But I must confess that I am quite baffled. Some interesting ideas Magister Galvo has had about long-distance mind-to-mind contact. Is that it? Have you been trying to reach out to share a warning? To ask for help? They think you're dead. No one is coming for you. No one can hear you. You have no one except me. No, that's not it, is it? It's something else you've realized. Something about the mages. Something worse. Stop fighting me. And look into my eyes. Look. Open your mind to me, little mage, and stop resisting. This will only hurt more. Now let me through. There it is. Caging external thoughts, using the plain spell discipline to create mental rooms. Partitioning off a section of the mind. What is it? What is this? A strategy to defeat the mind magic ritual? For me? No, 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 no. Bring that thought back, my dear apprentice. Please. You're afraid for me? Why? The headaches and the loss of appetite? No, I'm just a little tired, that's all. It's nothing to do with keeping so many minds under my control. Calculations. What calculations have you been doing? Show me. It's impossible. Your numbers are flawed, and your basic parameters are absurd. 37 minds to control is nothing, only a drop in the bucket of what we must accomplish to see this through. But you knew that. What is this? A honeycomb. A mental framework for me to hold more minds within their own little cells, stacking them and sealing them in little chambers, the way you have. The way you have been stacking and sealing your own thoughts from me. Oh, my darling. How much of yourself have you been hiding in there? So much of my energy, fighting you and forcing you. Always having to play these childish little games. Ah, such a brilliant mind. How much we could accomplish together, if you could only see the bigger picture. If you were at my side willingly as a partner. Can't you see what we could achieve together? Can't you see how I feel about you? But you knew that already, how I felt. You knew what would happen after Malvorn was mine. And you think you would know what will happen if I attempt to capture the minds of the Academy in this honeycomb structure of yours. Let's have another look at those calculations, my apprentice. Ah, I see. Guard. Summon the council immediately. Never mind what happened to my apprentice. And forget the peace talks. Weskalgis intends to turn their mages against us in an all-out slaughter. We must attack immediately. The mages must be wiped from the earth. Go! Are you still there, little mage? Come, apprentice. Up into the bed with you. And don't flinch from me, darling. I'm not going to hurt you. I'm grateful. Once again, you have given me my next step. You're right. Trying to take on the mental load of 100, 200 more mages like you. It's too unstable. I'm having too much trouble trying to hold on to you, at least. Mages cannot be controlled. And if you are anything to go by, they cannot be convinced either. For there is to be peace. I cannot permit wild cards or loose ends. I am sorry. It has to come to this. Let go of me. Please. Please stop crying. This is worse than the glares. Stop crying. I cannot stop, little mage. Not for you. All I can give you is the peace of knowing that you can trust me. Sleep now, and when you wake, this is what you'll remember. You trust me. You trust my loyalties to the greater good. The decisions I make are always correct, and it is right and natural that I be in charge of you. Sleep now, my dear. Sleep. Like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed. A special thank you to Dancer, Sweet Canella, and Lance. Come join on Patreon if you'd like to hear more. I have been a Secret Moth. Thank you for listening, and good night.